They are the leaders of three of the world's most authoritarian regimes: Vladimir Putin of Russia, Xi Jinping of China, and Kim Jong-un of North Korea. In Beijing, they've come together to form a brand new America axis. 80 years ago, it was Hitler in Germany, Mussolini in Italy, and the Emperor of Japan. Today, Russia is waging war on Ukraine, North Korea is standing by with troops, and China is busy building new weapons for this modern axis. But here's the question: can the US and its allies muster enough firepower and strategy to hold them back? This is China's next-generation long-range stealth bomber, the H-20. It didn't make an appearance at the Beijing parade, but the mystery around it is slowly lifting thanks to official leaks and outside analysis. As the future of China's nuclear air power, the H-20 is expected to massively boost the PLA Air Force's long-range strike capability, possibly tipping the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. The project was first confirmed in 2016, led by Sine Aircraft Industrial Corporation, but U.S. intelligence believes it won't be truly combat-ready until at least T-2030. Right now, most experts think the H-20 is already in late development, maybe even doing secret test flights. Without hard data, analysts can only make educated guesses. The H-20 will likely be a subsonic flying wing design, very similar to America's B-2 bomber, optimized for stealth. Its range, somewhere between 8,500 and 12,000 kilometers, enough to threaten U.S. bases as far out as Guam or even Hawaii. In theory, the H-20 would strengthen China's anti-access area denial strategy. But the big unknown is this: can it really slip through the advanced U.S. and Japanese air defense networks? If the H-20 truly exists, it would be the first bomber that could rival the legendary US B-2. Its arrival would shatter America's long-standing monopoly in stealth-heavy bombers. And speaking of which, here she is, the B-2 Spirit, the most fearsome bomber on Earth, the only stealth-heavy bomber in actual service, battle-tested in multiple wars. Its flying wing design, advanced stealth materials, and enormous strike power make it the backbone of America's global strike and nuclear deterrence. Built by Northrop Grumman during the late Cold War, it was designed to punch through Soviet air defenses and deliver their nukes or conventional bombs. First flight 1989. Entered service 1997. The B-2's most iconic feature is its flying wing layout. No fuselage, no tail. That design isn't just aerodynamic, it slashes radar visibility, making it nearly impossible to detect. On top of that, the B-2's surface is coated with radar-absorbing material. Its engines are buried inside the wings with special exhaust cooling to cut down on infrared detection. This thing was built for intercontinental missions. It can fly 11,000 kilometers without refueling, and with just one mid-air refuel, it can stretch over 18,000. Meaning it can take off from the US, hit anywhere on Earth, and come back home. Inside its bomb bays, the B-2 can carry up to 18 tons, or 40,000 pounds of weapons, from conventional bombs to nukes. It was designed for all-out war, striking the most heavily defended, high-value targets. And its latest mission: airstrikes on Iran's nuclear facilities at Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. To hit Iran's underground sites, the U.S. deployed 7 B-2s, dropping a total of 14 GBU57 massive ordnance penetrators. Each GBU57 weighs 30,000 pounds, the biggest non-nuclear bunker buster in the American arsenal. Only the B-2 can carry them, and even then, just 2 at a time. This was the weapon's first combat use. These bombs are designed to smash deep underground targets, command centers, nuclear sites, hardened bunkers. That ordinary weapons can't touch. Each one is over 6 meters long, with a 2.4-ton explosive charge. Built with a reinforced steel body and delay fuse, it stays intact on impact, drilling deep underground before detonating. B-2s launching this mission flew straight from U.S. soil. 30 hours in the air. Pilots even have a foldable toilet, a microwave and a small bunk inside the cockpit so they can take shifts. At 40,000 feet, the bomb bay doors open. 2 bunker busters fall free, guided only by gravity. During descent, GPS and inertial navigation systems kick in, while the fins adjust its course. The result: each bomb can pierce through 60 meters of reinforced concrete with pinpoint accuracy. And it's not just Iran on America's target list. North Korea's underground nuclear bunkers and command centers are also buried deep. Exactly the kind of targets the GBU57 was built to destroy. Among the so-called new Axis, North Korea's air defenses are the weakest, making it especially vulnerable. And you can bet Washington wants Kim Jong-un to remember how just terrifying this combo really is. The B-2 plus the GBU57, that's one of America's ultimate military options short of nuclear weapons. A strike package that can launch from home soil, wipe out underground facilities, and return unharmed. Physically and psychologically, it devastates the enemy. Just knowing the US has this capability puts enormous pressure on the new Axis. Of course, China also wants this kind of strike power. They don't have the H-20 yet, but they've already built their own bunker buster, the Cloud Arrow 1000. It was first shown at the Zhuhai Air Show in 2022, and it got a lot of attention, its biggest selling point price. While one American GBU-50 cost over $2 million, the Cloud Arrow is dirt cheap. Because of that, China can mass produce and deploy them. But here's the catch. It only weighs about 1 ton, nothing compared to the bunker buster's 13.6 tons. Where the GBU-57 can drill through 60 meters of reinforced concrete, the Cloud Arrow maxes out at 6. It's carried by older platforms too. H-6 bombers, J-16s, even outdated G-7 fighter bombers. None of them stealthy, so Beijing's strategy might be this: flood the skies with H-6 bombers, each carrying multiple Cloud Arrows, hoping sheer numbers can overwhelm defenses. Or gamble with J-6 trying risky deep strike missions. But bottom line, compared to the GBU-57, the Cloud Arrow is still in a completely different league.